This is where the game becomes more frustrating than anything else. You wake up in the same room you found before, and once you get out of the basement, you quickly find out that you're trapped on this guy's property. The house is bigger now, and for some reason, the neighbour seems to patrol his garden more often than the house, which leads to me getting caught and having to see the same goddamn animation over and over again. I tried to figure out what to do for ages, and I had a feeling that these pipes all around the house had something to do with the objective. With no surprise, it turns out they're all a part of some convoluted way to open up the gate to this massive trampoline of which you need to jump over the fence with. For some reason, you need to turn on all these levers to increase the pressure in order to get this handle, and it somehow just pops off because there's too much pressure, even though that's not really how handles work. Then you need to figure out where to put this handle and do a whole bunch of other stuff, and there you go. Somehow that opens up the gate and you can get out of the house. But instead, I opted for parkour because at this point I'm getting pretty good at it, so I legit used a speedrun strat to jump over the fence. Whilst getting out of the house, there's this cutscene with a really awkward camera angle for a brief second, where you see yourself whimper back into your house. This now brings us on to Act 3, and this is where the story goes from quirky to downright insane, and you'll soon see why. We're now much older and struggling from a crack habit, leaving us out of pocket to pay the bills. So you pack up, leave, and return back to your old house. The neighbour's house is totally wrecked, and after seeing shadow demons from your crack withdrawal, you go back home and sleep on your crusty couch. Then you wake up, only to see that the neighbour's house is back and even more wrecky than before. Similar to Alpha 4, I'm going to have to do a lot of platforming, try and figure out puzzles without having to bring up a guide for the 15th time, and not only find a key for the basement, but also keys, mini games, which I need to do in order to gain special abilities. In total, there are 3 mini games to complete, and each of these give you a special ability that are required to proceed to the final act. There's one that we've seen before where you do parkour in a pantry. This gives you the double jump ability. Another one where you have to go through some warped grocery store and collect the same items that these glitched out mannequins. Honestly, the only challenge is to make sure you collect the right items and not glitch. Not to mention, it's really awkward trying to put even your pickles in the cart because for some reason the physics likes to bug out and you have to kind of aim in a certain position to try and get things in there properly. Also, the special ability from this is some weird static whenever you crouch, which honestly you only need to use once within the whole game. And the last mini game has you run hide from mannequins. Yeah, at the end of this mini game you get the ability to push. All in all, the felt less finished than the rest of the game. There are also these nightmare scenes that happen every now and then once you get caught by the neighbour. They act as a way of telling the story, but of course because this is Hello Neighbour, they do it in a very cryptic and mysterious way, where you essentially go through a walking simulator and I guess get glimpses at the neighbour's past. There's not too much to say about them. I mean, go on a roller coaster and knock this cardboard cutout of a girl into the abyss. I mean, that's the most amount of entertainment. Anyway, after completing the mini-games and unfreezing a key card from the freezer, I made my way down to the basement, and this is honestly where it feels like they just gave up. First off, there's this shadow figure hanging about, and to get past him, you simply just crouch. Remember the static ability we picked up earlier? This is the one time you need it. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can still hide from this guy without that ability. All you've got to do is simply crouch, move forward a bit, and then he just walks away. Disappear and forward. Then you need to make it through this room and double jump over the fence. It's so awkwardly positioned that it doesn't feel like that's what you're meant to do, but that's pretty much what you're meant to do. Funny enough, on my first try without the double jump ability, I managed to get over the fence just by glitching out this chair. But when I opened the door, the neighbour got me because this is where you need to, I shit you not, push him back. Like you could never do that before as a full-grown adult. Also, wait a minute. Did you just see that? Let me just freeze this frame right here. Let's have a look at what we see. We have one hand, two hand, and apparently a third hand. When I say this game feels unfinished and unrefined, these are the little things that I'm talking about. After all of this, you make it down a hallway, and now you're in a house with a giant neighbour looking at you. He smashes the house, and what the actual hell is going on? Let's assess the situation. We're currently in an endless white void with a giant neighbour who does nothing to defend himself. And through this box, it's sad, still nothing. I'm going to sum up this whole area in one word: platform. No spooky neighborhood.
Sub 230.
Just the fear of
Sub 230. It's amazing.